Identifying and developing new product ideas and effective marketing strategies to support them is key. An organized new product development process is critical. Through the eyes of an entrepreneur, we will see how this really works. Where do ideas come from? Well, as a consummate inventor, Bob Black has had many ideas over the years and is the owner of over 14 patents.
A new product that's a good idea is a product that fills an unfilled need. This UV protectant that I came up with was really to help a friend of mine who was having to wear suntan lotion underneath a golf shirt, a nasty thing to do. So he had a need that wasn't fulfilled, and so I came up with something so he can treat his golf shirts so that he won't have this problem of getting sunburn through his golf shirt.
Ideas for new products come from many sources: customers and users, marketing research, competitors, and individuals within a company. Students may assume that obtaining the patent is the most difficult part of the new product development process. This is rarely, if ever, the case. A look at the patent process from an expert may help to clarify this issue.
The only thing I think the inventors need to know is novelty or newness. Your invention cannot be an old idea that was liked and forgotten. It has to be brand new. So if you have an idea that's new and we can't find any evidence of it in the search, it's patentable. I can probably get you a patent. A bigger question is can you sell what I patent? I've met with a lot of entrepreneurs in my business, as you can probably imagine, and some of them have been real successful. In my experience, the ones who have been successful have generally had some common characteristics. Number one, they had an idea. That's why they came to see me. They wanted to protect that idea. Their idea was generally something that was simple and something where once I heard it, I thought, oh, why didn't I think of that? I think if you have an idea that is so apprehendable by people where you can explain it to them and they get it right away, that idea will probably be more successful than one that's much more difficult to get. Unfortunately, the ones that are able to be gotten right away are often the ones that can be stolen and copied the most easily, which is just why you want to get a patent.
And this is what a patent looks like. A patent gives you a monopoly on doing something for 20 years from date of application.
While there are many new launches each year, unfortunately, most new products fail. Only 20% on average are successful. Most fail because they did not truly understand the elements needed to bring a product to the market. The process, indeed, starts with having a good idea.
The luckiest thing that I had going for me was Harriet. Harriet made me clean the shower, and I would never have developed Clean Shower if it weren't for Harriet. People have asked me, why didn't a big company do this? Well, because big companies were working on better shower cleaners. I didn't want a better shower cleaner. I just didn't want to do it at all. And so, after a little bit of research, I came up with Clean Shower that I used in my house.
In the next stage, the screening stage of the new product development process, activities are focused on identifying strengths and weaknesses, fit with objectives, and market trends. In the case of Clean Shower, the unmet need coincided with marketing research on demographic and attitude market trends. During this same period, there was a dramatic increase in the number of women entering the labor force. Indeed, Americans have much less time for traditional household chores. In addition, 63% agreed that I'm constantly looking for new ways to get the household chores done faster. The fast pace of life is translating into success for products that promise to save people time, even if these products are more expensive than the traditional alternative. As a part of the screening step, Bob Black conducted his own market research to determine what products were presently on the market for cleaning showers.
After a little bit of research, I came up with Clean Shower that I used in my house. After I used it for a little bit, I thought, boy, this is pretty good. I gave it to friends and relatives and neighbors and employees of my machinery company, And they all said, oh, I don't have to clean my shower, very nice, thank you, and they smiled and went away. Then about one use cycle later, these same people are come back and said, I don't want to ever have to clean my shower, you have to give me more. And so I went into business of making it a gallon at a time in my garage.
As Bob Black just described in the idea evaluation stage, an entrepreneur must assess not only whether the idea is patentable, but obtain reactions from initial customers. It is in the next stage, the development stage, that ideas are tested and decisions made in the areas of packaging design, pricing, and the promotional strategy.
I wanted a trademark that could be part of a slogan. The slogan I initially thought of was, don't clean your shower, use Clean Shower. And the reason I came up with a name was so that I could make a slogan. So the name came from the need for a slogan to sell the product. And this is part of saying what you're selling in a sentence. Don't clean your shower, get Clean Shower is a sentence. It tells you why you should buy Clean Shower. The packaging and all are really critical. I hired a firm to do the label. Having done that, I went looking for a manufacturer that could produce the product. And there's a lot to it because I needed a sprayer, a label, a bottle, a box. And I had that manufacturer make a 1,000-gallon batch, which were 4,000 units, which I put in a little rental unit, one of these mini storage. And I gave samples out of the mini storage and did initial sales out of the mini storage until I got orders from the grocery stores, and then I was able to go back to the initial manufacturer and make production quantities. I decided the initial price on Clean Shower by really looking what was on the shelf in the way of shower cleaners. And I wanted to be above that. I wanted to show that we were a quality product, a superior product. So I want to be above that, but not enough to discourage trial. If you're too high, then people come in and say, hey, I don't know whether it works or not, and I'm not going to try it. And so I figured out about 10 cents above the price of the mainline products would give us this quality image, this better image, and at the same time people would say, well, for a dime I can try it, particularly if they'd heard the media and were susceptible at that point.
I miss Clean Shower every morning right before getting out of my shower. It's simple, no work, just a light mist.
Oh yeah, and it's non-toxic, biodegradable with no harsh fumes.
No rinsing, no wiping, no scrubbing, I guarantee it.
So do as we do because you don't want to clean your shower.
Get Clean Shower, an American original.
If a product makes it this far, it will enter the final stage, commercialization. It is at this stage that the complete marketing mix is put into action. How to effectively launch and promote a new product with limited resources is a real challenge indeed.
We knew that if people tried Clean Shower, they would be convinced that it worked, they would find out it worked, and then they would use it and they would come back for more. So what I had to do was figure a way to get people to try it. It was trial that I saw as key to the job. Some of that trial I got by actually giving it away, but most of the trial I got by using media. And we had to use media that was impactful, that was efficient. Most consumer products are launched with budgets of about $20 million for media alone. We had $1 million initially to do the job. So I had 5% of what you'd normally use to do this job, what the big companies would use. So I knew I had to be very efficient, and also I knew I really had to do one market at a time. It was a progressive rollout where each market and each time we did a market and were successful, we could essentially harvest from that market. We could use the profits to do the next market, to use the profits from the first two to do the third, and it snowballed. That way, this 20.6% per month would work. That is, every time you do a market, you then have another market generating cash to use in more markets. So the process can continue to accelerate. It's an exponential kind of thing.
What characteristics do successful entrepreneurs possess?
I've often met with entrepreneurs who did not bring their product to market successfully. They failed somehow along the way. Some of the common characteristics I've seen with them has been, this may seem funny, but falling in love with their idea. You can't like your idea so much that you won't change it. Sometimes entrepreneurs are very close to having a successful idea, but they are so confident of what they've invented when they get input from the market. It's too heavy, it costs too much, I wish it was made out of plastic instead of metal. They won't hear that. They've fallen in love with their idea, they don't care what the marketplace thinks, this is the best idea. And they're the only person that feels that way, and they fail. Other times, entrepreneurs aren't flexible enough. Perhaps they've envisioned the product to be at a certain price point or in a certain market. And when people come and say, I'll invest, but I want you to do this, they just won't hear that. They've got their own ideas of what to do. I would say, don't fall in love with your idea, be willing to have input. Remember, the goal is not to invent a product, the goal is to launch the product successfully and make money. And also, be willing to be flexible. You may have to be a 49% owner in a successful company instead of a 100% owner in a company that doesn't go anywhere.
Managing the product life cycle is critical, particularly during the market introduction and growth stages.
I sold the first cases to the grocery stores in May 1993, and I gave the grocery stores $210 net 30. So if they paid me in 10 days, they got a 2% discount. And I paid my supplier in 30 days. So I would get the money from the grocery store before I needed to give it to the supplier. Didn't work out exactly that way. The grocery stores always took the 2%. They never paid in 10, but by getting on the phone and arguing with them, we were able to get them in 12 or 15, but at any rate, ahead of needing to pay the suppliers. The original plan was a 3-year plan. And because we grew at 20.6% per month, we did that plan in less than 18 months. And then while we were doing that plan, we were rewriting a plan, and we wrote a 5-year plan, which we then did in less than 3 years. But again, the growth continued at 20.6% per month for the first 38 months that Clean Shower was in existence. The initial plan was to do some radio, some TV, and some newspaper. And what we did there is spend relatively modest dollars on those. I came up with the idea of using beauty parlors. I would take Clean Shower to a beauty parlor, and this was when I first got in my first supermarket, and I would give it away. People would say, what is this? I had my product, and I gave it a speech and gave it away, and they say, what are you doing, what's the trick, what are you doing this for? And I said, once you start using it, you'll go to the store right over there, and I point to a store where they can buy it, and you'll want to buy more. And that's what I'm doing here. I'm getting you hooked on using Clean Shower. And there would be a laugh.
Any soap that's on there, it will be gone. The product cleans itself. It cleans the shower itself.
That's interesting, yeah.
Absolutely. Is there anybody else here? Can I speak with some of your associates and clients and give them a demo as well?
Well, I got a tough client back there. Maybe you'd like to talk with her.
June?
June?
Yeah, okay, absolutely. Let's go back.
All right.
Thanks. Well, listen, I was wondering if I could show you something real quick here. This is a new product called Clean Shower. Okay. Basically what this does is you spray it in your shower after you take a shower, and the shower cleans itself. There's no scrubbing required. You mind if I show you real quick? Sure. I'm going to spray it on here real quick, and you can feel this. As you can see, there's no harsh chemicals, no smell, and basically it'll avoid other cleaning products that you would have to use. It cleans itself. Do you mind if I try some on your hand?
Sure.
Smell okay?
Mm-hmm.
Great. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave this bottle with you. Okay. I want you to take it home. Tomorrow morning when you take a shower, I want you to spray it in your shower. The rest of this week, each day when you take a shower, spray it again. What you're going to notice is by the end of the week, you're going to see the scum, the soap diminish. And like I said, basically this product will clean the shower itself. When you're done with this product, I want you to go to your local grocer. Ask them for Clean Shower. If they don't have the product, I'm going to leave my business card here for you. Here's the card, okay? I will get the product for you.
Tile cleaners fall into a low-interest category dominated by global brands, such as Dow Chemical and Procter & Gamble, who spend $20 million or more on media for national rollouts of new products.
This is a manual on how to do it for Clean Shower, and this was what we called the radio advertising book. And it was something we would give to the people who are going to do it. We would send out people to see these disc jockeys and talk show people, go over the product, give them the product, and get them to tell their story.
Well, I like Bob Black's approach because he gave me the product and told me, I don't want you promoting it unless you believe in it. So I went home, I tried it on my shower and Eric's shower. Eric has stuff living in his shower. I basically sprayed, walked away, no scrubbing, no getting down on my knees, no changing my clothes to clean my bathroom. My audience knows me like no one else. They know when I'm being real and they know when I'm reading a script. And so when I told them this was the real deal, they actually believed it.
This was the original Clean Shower packaging. And then when I sold the Arm & Hammer, this was the packaging that we used. And if you notice, there's some similarities, but we had to morph it slowly. We didn't want to lose our loyal customers, but we thought that this design would be better. So there were many intermediates between the two. And then this is the package that we finally ended up with when it was sold to Arm & Hammer.
The promotional strategy changes based on the stage of the product life cycle and the campaign objectives. As the product matures, the strategy changes.
My advice to an entrepreneur is to understand the need that your product or service is filling. To be able to say in one sentence, or at least no more than 10 words, why somebody should be buying your product. To have a plan, the plan needs to have a production part, a financial part, a logistics part, and most important, a marketing part. You need to conserve your cash. People run out of cash. That's the #1 reason that the entrepreneurs fall by the wayside. When you start a plan, you'll find that things don't work exactly like you thought they would work. Things will be different. When things are different, what you need to do is not just simply abandon the plan, but go back, study, understand what's different, and rework the plan. That way you know you're not headed to disaster.
Launching a new product is not an easy task for an entrepreneurial chemist like Bob Black or for a large firm. It involves risk, but also the potential for a great reward. Long-term profits come from finding an unmet need and filling it.